Hello, and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw shadow read for this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to your new moon in Gemini, March into June 2021. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, my gems. Hope you are not just outrageous, not just truly outrageous, truly outrageous. Let's get up in this gig. We are doing a 7-card draw, 1 card from 7 different decks to get you the clues, tips, and hints that you need for a specific timeline. It's not a timeless read. It is a timed read. We are looking at the full moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday, May 26th, 7:14 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm in New York. And then we are looking at a waning moon read to the new moon, like I said, in Gemini, your sign, Thursday, June 10th, 6:53 a.m. Waning moon, releasing things, shadow work, forgiving, letting go, releasing all that jazz. And hence my guides this time were like, yeah, you're going to call this a shadow read, because not only is it a waning moon, which is always a good time for shadow work, you know, embracing your fear, letting go, and all of that. But I hate to break it to you, my gems, but I believe Mercury is going retrograde in Gemini, your sign. So, you know, that's not just going to hit you. but you might want to check that out. So with that going on during this time, I get why they want to do it, because the mind itself could be unraveling. And I don't necessarily mean in terms of insanity, but a lot of belief systems, mutable air, which is the sign of Gemini, self-expression, right? All that kind of stuff, communications, just being completely rethought during a waning moon phase of it. Not all of it will be waning moon, but a good chunk of. So let's do this. All I can ask for anybody watching any of my readings is please remember it's a general reading, and really any readings that you watch on YouTube, they have to be general reads by definition. It's on YouTube. So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I will never understand why people thumb down any single reader on YouTube. We're all working our brains out, our crown chakras, to a fine dust for y'all. So I'm not trying to guilt you, but I'm just saying, when I see a thumbs down on a video, I'm like, oh, it either wasn't their read and whatever, I don't know why they did that, or it was their read, they just didn't like what they heard. So, you know, be kind, rewind, I don't know, whatever. Let's do this. The only other thing that I can ask, both feet on the floor, if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Focus on your breath, if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace I can from my pantheons of the divine through these 7 decks, so that we can all help each other out, right? And let go, because as one of us embraces a little bit of the shadow, heals a little lead to gold, we all heal through unity consciousness. So do your part. I'm doing mine. Hey, let's start. It'll be fine. Just rhymed. Breathe. And here we go. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, with lots of cool little linkity-dinkities to look at. Should you feel to go deeper, please, my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the dominant archetype that they need to alchemize from lead to gold? The soul power being developed from shadow to light, from toxic to healthy, right? In a waning moon, right? What is the shadow work based on here? The soul power that they can gain as a result of this full moon in Sagittarius waning to their new moon in Gemini. Do you just have the Prince archetype? Now, you don't have to be male to have the Prince archetype, though it is a masculine family archetype. I have the Prince archetype, but I don't have a single planet in Gemini. No offense, thank God. I've got enough mutable. I'm a Virgo with a Pisces moon. There's enough mutability for any one person. Let's not throw any more in there. So I'll read you the shadow in light of this, but I will tell you I could go on and on and on. And you know how I can go on and on and on, but I won't. The shadow is what you don't want to look at within yourself, or you're aware of it, but you don't want anybody else to know about it. It's sort of in the closet, as it were, and that might be triggering, but That's a way to look at it. The shadow attribute. Using power for self-aggrandizement. See, a prince isn't a king, obviously, and there are ways for a prince to become a king. One is through inheritance, right? The king dies, they get, up one, whatever, promotion, so to speak, and that can be in a corporation or any kind of tribal structure. It need not be genetic family. But the other is to marry, and this again has nothing to do with gender, another who is already a queen archetype, right? So you see there are ways to do that, but there's nothing wrong with being a prince. I love being the prince archetype. I am a prince in my family. And I'm the youngest of four, so the chance of me like running the family as a gay male witch, probably not going to happen, right? But charming as fuck. So using power for self-aggrandizement. I mean, you go look at some of my pictures back from the 80s. I mean, I was the Prince of Darkness, Mal, the Prince of Darkness in Boston. I just had so much fun reading tarot cards and the 80s. But the light attribute, romantic charm and potential for power, that's huge. To bring that to the party, right? If that's really something that's inside of you, again, this isn't about gender. Masculine energy, you could say, is your yang energy, the feminine, the yin. We all are a balance of both. So I'm digging this for you. So romantic charm, that's the thing. I am charming as fuck, but can you imagine me? I mean, this is why I'm totally out as a gay man, because it would be, my romantic charm mostly works on women, right? And business-wise, you know how lethal that could be, right? Using power for self-aggrandizement. No. I'm not allowed to do that. So let's keep going. Well, who is the angel, right? To help you clear this. I mean, and maybe you're dealing with a prince archetype too. If this is not you, again, a general read. The prince archetype is somebody who can be absolutely dazzling and charming, but with such a hidden agenda that it ends up really being toxic. Again, the Prince of Darkness, so to speak. Let's ask the angels. Please take a nice deep breath. I call upon the angels of air in the sign of Gemini, the Raphaelites of the East, please. One card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading. Who is the angel they most need to call upon, work with, think about, contemplate, read about, to help them alchemize and heal this prince archetype, whether it is themselves, another person, or maybe even a situation they find themselves in. This full moon in Sag, waning to their new moon in Gem. The healing angel of romance. This is probably somebody else. Unless, I mean, like I said, I identify with the prince archetype. I have it lifelong. It's sort of like my place in my family. I just said this in the Libra read today, and it's important. If you ever get the chance to read Sacred Contracts by Caroline Myss, right? This is her deck, the Caroline Myss archetype cards. You can have an archetype for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? Like one can just pop in for like a week, another for years and years in your life, and one that you've had from womb to tomb, right? Since birth and until you're done. Well, that's the role I have in my family as the youngest prince, the one who rarely inherits the throne unless they're the third one, like Zeus, which I am the third son, but there's a sister in there too, right? So you get what I'm saying? This could totally be a romantic thing. Oh, I know if I put this in the title. I don't know if I put this in the title yet, but chances are that's why you're watching this if I did. So I probably will. Marketing. So the healing angel of romance, right? To deal with this prince archetype, we're gonna take this to the crystal oracle, the voices of Archangel Ariel, my own personal archangelic lineage. She is, after all, one of the three archangels of the north, how I've experienced them. The powers of earth. I am a Virgo, but she is also the archangel of Lyons. Look it up, I'm not kidding. My name is Mark Angelo Lyons from birth, so we're going to work it. Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved Archangel Ariel. Please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading. Using the crystal oracle, Tony Carmine Soler knows that what is the crystal that they need to work with, right? To help them with, can maybe have a touchstone to focus on the healing angel of romance, right? A little charm, a little something to just keep the romantic energy in them, healing or embracing the romantic shadow, dealing with that prince, even if it's something just written in the book. What you got for them this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to their new moon in Gemini? Oh, chrysoprase. Chrysoprase. Holy chrysoprase. There's also a character in Terry Pratchett novels which just slays me every time. I don't know that I have chrysocolla. I don't have chrysoprase that I am aware of. Oh, you never know. I have a room of requirement upstairs. Really do. You know, people come over, it's like, you sleep next to that? I'm like, yeah. I don't know. It's like living in New York City. I don't live in New York City, but I'm sure there are some parallels. Chrysoprase, CHRYSOPRASE, if you want to look it up. Keywords: fertility, love, compassion, truth, uplifting. Goes with the romance theme. Chrysoprase helps open the heart center and allows you to feel the presence of divine unconditional love. Work. You are entering a fertile period that will enable you to creatively express your true nature in a loving and compassionate way. Now, that authenticity is really key in life right now, I'm finding, right? Yeah, some doors may close as a result when you're really open and honest with people, and you can do it in a kind way. Dalai Lama says, truth without compassion is brutality, but honesty can really be that middle ground. Just saying, this is really truly how I feel, and this is really truly who I am. Through this, you will give birth to new ideas that reflect and align with your true essence, which is your soul, right? That incarnates over and over and over again, that type of authenticity. All you would love to create, manifest, and achieve is now possible, provided you remain true to yourself. And I'm telling you, that might be part of this prince archetype, right? Think of a rogue prince or a rebel prince. No. But a prince who is a visionary, who is an artist, perhaps even a lover prince, which, by the way, is the other archetype that backs up my prince, but I don't have no planets in Gem. Yeah, you can have layers of archetypes, three wheels. Okay. Gemini, I know when this happens during a reading, I'm such a physical empath nowadays that there is something you need to spit out and get off your chest, right? Because I can feel it in here, and like, I'm hydrated, I'm good, pollen's not that bad today, I'm not really even that allergic. But all you would love to create, manifest, and achieve is now possible. This is very throat chakra, provided you remain true to yourself. Will you speak the truth or not? Listen to what your heart is saying. Be guided by your intuition, and you will create the success and fulfillment you rightly deserve. Many wondrous experiences are in store for you. So almost like a prince on a romantic quest of some kind, but the shadow aspect of it. You're learning how to use your power. What does self-aggrandizement mean? Well, I mean, there are so many different ways to do that in fashion that are completely acceptable, like high heels, right? It's like you make yourself bigger than you really, really are. But take that to an energetic extreme just to play with the shadow. Someone whose chest is all puffed up and they're pompous. There we go. The pompous asshole prince. Dated him, too many times, right? Over and over and over again. I'm like, honey, don't come as a prince to a queen unless you're ready to be a king, right? Work. All right, so our keywords here so that we remember them. Fertility, right? So you've got this internal creative fertility inside of you. Love, this opening to unconditional love. Compassion, which is really being kind and gentle to yourself first and then others, but you want to fill up your cup with compassion and then give of the overflow instead of draining it, right? Listening, truth, right? To be truthful and uplifting. That there's something here that's really supposed to lift you up in all of this. This feels lovely for a waning moon read. You guys might have lucked out maybe because it's your new moon. And with the retrograde, maybe someone's coming back in, right? If you really are not a prince archetype, then maybe a prince has returned, or, could be past life thing. Don't worry. We got that Whispers of Love card, last card down. For some reason, I keep putting the party turner at the end. Let's get some tarot narrative. We got one healing system with Carolyn Mace, 2 oracles there. Let's get you some Daughters of the Moon. Just one card to check your heart, throat, third eye, crown, right? Your interior world, your divine feminine energy. Please take a nice deep breath. my goddesses of air in the sign of Gemini, please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading. What's going on for them, Heart, Third Eye Crown here, relative to this Prince archetype with the Healing Angel of Romance and Chrysoprase, that fertility, that love, that truth, that uplifting, that compassion. Really, this feels very, very Heart, Third Eye Crown. So what is it they need to be aware of there? Perhaps maybe some stuff that they need to look at the shadow of. Or not. Only because you've got the card of Shakti, the life dancer, the card of the world in the traditional tarot, the universe, the end of a cycle. There is something ending inside of you, and that would make sense for a full to new moon read, that you're finishing up a cycle inside of yourself. Now, with the Healing Angel of Romance, this could be clearing out stuff inside to prepare you for a new beginning. But during Mercury retrograde, of course, you want to be careful, right? You want to be careful because it's different than Venus retrograde if you're dealing with romance, granted. But miscommunications and stuff like that, you might want to preface by saying, I hope I say this right. I am a Gemini, right? You know, everybody, I think, is allowed one zodiacal bias, right? Because it transcends age and race and gender and all that stuff. Mine is Gemini, mostly because my dad was a Gemini and he was born on Flag Day. See who else was. So let's keep going with this. Yeah, June 14th. Breathe. Tiffany. Cartier. Please, my gods of air, you are having fun with me today. Hermes in particular, my god of the throne of Gemini, please. One card in clarity. Mythic Tarot. What does this look like on the outside? Their masculine energy, either from the outside, looking in at them, or, you know, some aspect of the physicality of this for them that would affect them, root, sacrum, solar plexus, how they navigate through the physical world, dealing with the Prince archetype, the Healing Angel of Romance, Chrysoprase, and Shakti, the life dancer, Heart, Third Eye Crown, and we'll take you. We've got the Cancerian card, the King of Cups. So either you are dealing with a Cancerian, oh, is this the end of a relationship? Is this the end of a relationship for a waning moon? Well, again, general read. If you are dealing with somebody that really has the King of Cups Cancer is tricky because it's such a moody sign, right? And it is. My mom's a Cancer. I'll be the first to say. But if this is you from the outside looking in, this is emotional maturity, right? The King of Cups. Now, not to say that every Cancerian is born emotionally mature. That's ridiculous. We're all learning curves since the moment we breathe to the moment we stop, right? So there is something here, though. I mean, particularly in terms of romance, it might be that, like this Chrysoprase card is talking about, that you really do. There is a heart opening here for you, right? That maybe this archetype is yours in terms of, you know, romantic charm and potential for power. But what if that potential for power is about really putting your love into action? Granted, not necessarily wearing your heart on your sleeve. Cancerians are not usually like that. Pisces, we can be Pisces, moons, yeah, we could do that. Scorpios never. Scorpios never. You never know what the fuck's going on with them. At least the sun signs, I'll say. But there is some sensitivity here. There is some emotion here. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from this. And of course, if you are dealing with a Cancerian, they might be the prince, right? So, well, again, general read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There's only so much I can do for you, kid, in a general read. But that's the thing. Like, I've had clients say, okay, you know that reading you did? I said, well, I have to go watch it, right? Which one? And I just did that this week, and we really went in on what really hit for her in YouTube land. Yeah, I feel like if you're needing to say something to somebody, I could understand you being a little emotionally reserved, particularly again through Mercury retrograde season. At least, 3 times a year. This is only our second one, so maybe you're not letting on exactly how you feel about this, but I think your feelings are deep. We'll see. All right. Since we have the romance card, yeah, there's something you need to cough up or spit out probably as a result of you really at the end of something. But it's internal. It's so much harder when it's internal, I think, than when it's external, but whatever. Let's ask the Ascended Masters here, but since we got the Romance card, we're going to go Soul Contract. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, these last two cards will do it, won't they? My Ascended Masters or Soul Contracts, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the perfect healing mantra that they can utilize, think about, play with in their minds to do the shadow work with this Prince archetype within them, somebody else, however they react to it, or so they can respond, right? Having a piece of air, a mantra to think about and work with this healing angel of romance, Christ of praise, fertility, compassion, right? Truth, all that good stuff, all that creativity, them really like being and doing stuff that's authentic to who they are while they are at the end of a cycle within, and maybe holding back with that King of Cups, but really feeling it. They really need to act on their intuition. So what do you got for them? The perfect healing mantra this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to their new moon in Gemini. Healing heartbreak. Healing heartbreak. Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. It's a really good mantra. It's just really, really hard mantra, right? Well, a simple word. My heart will love again. Yeah, try doing it with breath work for a half an hour and see what emotions rise up inside of you. But can I tell you, that's the exact kind of thing that the King of Cups would do, right? What does it take to be healthy emotionally, right? To be firm, to be able to keep your heart open and vulnerable, but at the same time with boundaries, right? My heart will love again. Let me read this from the bookie book. Only 2 bookie books this time, Crystal Oracle. And this guy, Matt Kahn, genius. I love his work. And you might want to check out the Soul Contract video that he did. Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. Because I always say that when this kind of stuff hits the table. When heartbreak is healed, you are able to learn and grow from each relationship, no matter who you believe is to blame. Well, not good to know. Sort of like a fix-all, the universal solvent, right? No matter who you think is to blame, you or them, as heartbreak is seen as life's way of breaking your heart open to expand the love you are able to give and receive. And that's absolutely true. And I gotta go Carly Simon on this. There's more room in a broken heart. And what's so odd about that is from the song Coming Around Again. And here's the end of the cycle. You're coming around again. Such a good song. Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that. I dated a guy back in the 90s, bless his heart, I won't name him, but he was a ferret rescuer. So we would wake up in the morning and there'd be like cold ferret nose in the crack of my ass. But he's a big Carly Simon. He's married to a really, really great guy now. Bless his heart. I should drop him a line. Bless his heart. That just flashed that back for me, healing heartbreak. It becomes easier to pick up the pieces of your innocence and invite greater intimacy into your life. Like, that is really even a good example. I mean, we broke up right after 9/11. This is a while ago, right? But now you look back, it's like, yeah, my heart has healed from that. This card is ideal for dealing with resentment. You know resentment, right? They done me wrong and I want to do them wrong right back. Releasing the past and healing grief. And here's the deal, though. I get it. That's the shadow stuff that you're kind of dealing with. Romantic pain and grief, healing heartbreak. That's why to really be authentic about what you're feeling here, right? Because you might very well be at the end of this cycle of healing this particular heartbreak inside of you, hence really giving you this King of Cups, this maturity, not the ability to rise above your emotions, but to feel them and give them the love that only you can give them, right? And to cry your eyes out. I mean, look, heartbreak sucks, but I will say, there is no crucifixion without resurrection, no death without rebirth. Who avoids heartbreak in this life, right? It's here to make us better, but on a soul level, personality doesn't have to like it, and it never does, and the ego is going to resist it like crazy. Let's get your last card down from your higher self. and the higher selves of all involved, particularly if this is a soul contract, a romantic one of all things. Please take a nice deep breath. Whispers of Love Oracle. All right, the higher selves of all involved. Last card down, please. For this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. There you are. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight these Geminis need, right? Because they're dealing with the Prince archetype. Where'd he go? Right? They've got the Prince archetype with the healing angel of romance. If they can get a piece of chrysoprase, which is not exorbitantly expensive, and it's relatively rare that people are going to fabricate it. It's not worth fabricating, right? With that full circle, full cycle, and that can also be seen as a graduation, right? Like the ding, timing is up, not the Wheel of Fortune, but the graduation, right? The midnight and the new day has begun. With that King of Cups, there's really even probably some empathy going on here. Cancerians are known to be empaths regardless if there's any planets in Cancer. Look, if you can comment, are you relating to the King of Cups, Cancer, or is that somebody else? Are you the Prince, or are they? Because there really is. There's an inflection point. It goes two ways on that. It doesn't always. So that higher selves, their higher selves, healing that heartbreak, their hearts will love again. What is this about? Slow down, Gemini. Slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. Let's put this together. I think I get what this is. Why slow down? Because your planet, Mercury, it doesn't actually go backwards. Like, I know there are people who think that the planet, like, stops and then goes back. No, it's an optical illusion because of orbits. Not all orbits are completely circular. Dude. Sorry. Yeah, no, that would be a big deal if planets actually went backwards. No, they just look that way. But still, the symbolism is there. I get it. So, and it's in your sign of Gemini. So here we go. Breathe. My beloved pantheons of the divine, please, with this shadow work, because this is a shadow read with that healing heartbreak for sure, please, may the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need. This full moon in Sagittarius, waning to new in Gemini, that they are able to embrace and really acknowledge within themselves, their heart, third eye crown, that something has come to an end, and yet there is wisdom here as a result, and riches to be reaped, rewards on the inner, dealing with the alchemization from shadow to light of the Prince, going from using their power for self-aggrandizement to the romantic charm and potential for power. And that power is best achieved from their own higher self saying, slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. And this is Gemini. We're talking about mutable air, the most changeable of all 12 zodiacs, because there's nothing more mutable than air. And there's no more air mutable than Gemini. So that chrysoprase, to open their hearts, that if they get overthinky about things, that they are able to tap into the unconditional love that is the truth of who we are. There is no love but God's. All love is one love. To tap into that within themselves, to give themselves the love that they need so that they may heal the heartbreak. With the mantra, my heart will heal again. I may be crying today, I may be crying tomorrow, I may be angry even the day after. But with this unconditional love, this compassion for myself, this fertility to be authentic, then really calling in the healing angels of romance to guide me, to guard me, to hold me back from sending that text, or to reach out and text for when I need help, third house Gemini communicator that they are, so that they can really emerge from this, being aware of their own emotional stability, or perhaps dealing with a Prince archetype who has that kind of emotional maturity and stability within them as a guide through healing this heartbreak. So many ways this can play out out for them my pantheons of the divine. So however this works for them, please may the Geminis be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to become the best that they can be, to alchemize their lead to gold, their shadow to light, their toxicity to health, not just for their well-being, not just for the well-being of the other people involved in this relationship, but through the unity consciousness of fifth dimensional reality and oneness, for the well-being and the healing of all of us on planet Earth and elsewhere. So motivate. And so it is. Woo! That was fast. I don't know. Is this the shortest read? Your Geminis, it comes out like that. I'm a machine gun when I read for Geminis. So look, if you liked it, like it. You want more, subscribe, right? You want to share it, please do. You want to comment, honestly, are you the prince with the King of Cups? Who is this for you? And do understand, healing heartbreak is something that we all do, and I've done it so many times myself, and I help other people do it, particularly my clients. So if you want a reading, find me on Facebook Messenger, Angelo, Lyons, Holbrook, New York. Twitter, at ProfWitch, at PROFWTCH. All my links are in the description box. And if you'd like to read the Heart Chakra chapter, go get my book, Words of Grace for a Professional Witch, now available on Kindle. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed. I mean, this is a rough read, but I do feel like something big has got to be preparing you for this, and they're telling you to slow down, so do it. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to your new moon in Gemini. Happy birthday, Gemini sons. Yeah. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.